Hello and welcome to your YouTube channel for Locum CRNAs. I'm John Wildy and I'm here to talk to you about different topics for the Locum CRNA, 1099, and independent contractors. Okay, so now that you have the PPP or the EIDL, what do you do next? You need a set of recommendations, so let's go through this. So first, we have to really think about this and say that we are always learning. There's nothing we can do better for our business, whether it's anesthesia or a side business or real estate. Anything that I have learned is I have to always be learning. So, sit in your office, sit in your living room, especially if you're not working right now, because right now, we're here to talk about the recommendations for the PPP. And that's all good, but first, kind of take this minute to remember that we're always learning, and I'm always learning from somebody else. So it's not just, my recommendations. These are the recommendations that, I've seen over and over with the PPP. And so, first we have to think about, the PPP requires that you only spend money on certain things, and it's payroll. So 75% at least has to be towards payroll. Well, that's not usually too hard because, we're in that category of the highest earners for this PPP. So for the PPP, we have to be $100,000 salary, which is great because you get $8,333 or something of that nature for each of the 2 months. That equals out to be $16,666. But they say, and the banks have allowed for 2.5 times payroll. So you're going to get, even if you just get the $20,800, that is your 2.5 times your payroll at $100,000 salary. But it has to be spent within 8 weeks, and you can't go above $100,000 salary. So if you get $20,000, you have to figure out how to write off or pay the other $4,000 difference between $20,800 and $16,666. This difference will then become a loan. So it's really important for you to, figure out how you can either pay somebody else. If you're an S-corporation, be able to put that money into your retirement. If you're an LLC or you have other monies that can be spent towards your home office. Now, home office may or may not be a deduction for you because it specifically talks about rent or mortgage interest on offices or hard assets that you already have pre-existing loans on. So, talk to the bank and talk to your CPA about if this will even qualify, and then ask if maybe it's possible to put somebody else on your payroll if you haven't, say a spouse, a parent, or anybody else. That way the full amount can be forgiven. Most of this information comes from, the Mark Kohler podcast because he's a CPA and an attorney in Idaho. I've been listening to a lot of his information recently, so much of this information comes directly from him and what I've gleaned off of other PPP podcasts and information. So I highly recommend going over and looking at those videos on YouTube under Mark Kohler, lawyer or CPA. I don't remember which he's under, but Mark J. Kohler. He and his partner, Matt, I can't remember his last name, are also on there. They're part of the Directed IRA group. And I'll also put up some links here in a little while about the Directed IRA because there's a lot of things coming related to retirement dollars that you can take out of if you have a SEP IRA, or you can take a full loan on your solo 401k to be able to take that money out and utilize it in this time of need. If you should be needing beyond the PPP, maybe you haven't gotten your loan yet and you need those funds to be able to come out. Well, this is a possibility. So definitely be learning and be looking at these options. Also take the time to, if you have more time and you're looking for more resources on money, income, and where to put your money, or how to work on taxes and that kind of thing, spend your time on YouTube. Consider the Locum CRNA store. It has multiple books like